At the CoLab, 4 of our very own professors participated in a roundtable discussion earlier this March. Its topic, titled 1969 Conversations in the Round, covered the cultural impacts of the 1960s from Black voting rights, fashion trends, music, politically, global conflicts, and more.
One of the motives for establishing Johnson County Community College was that people here didn't want their kids going off to KU and getting involved in anti-war protests.
I mean, I don't know the history. I was born in 2004, so I don't know the history that well, so there was some new information that I got. I majorly wrote down more questions, and I decided to ask that last question more than others. But I didn't know about that riot, the Stonewall riot.
The roundtable, hosted by Professor Price, also offered many exposés over the campus with images of various events during 1969. This, in turn, offered a place for reflection by others in the crowd, from those who lived through them to students from different generations.
I just see it the way that it's affecting us, because I'm in the headspace of kids, so kindergarten all the way to university, and since we're the growing, I guess, quote unquote, the people that are gonna take over the next generation, and we're growing, I feel like if our critical thinking skills are lacking behind in our previous generations, that might cause some issues later on. But they actually talked about the Middle East, which they weren't scared to bring up Palestine and other things. And I wrote down, he said that some lessons need to be relearned and relearned over and over again. So I definitely wrote that down for one of my notes. I'm like, well, I didn't think about that, because people say lesson learned and then they move on. But what if they need to relearn the lesson? So I kind of wrote that down. I feel like that's gonna help me, with my own studies too, to cover more and look back.
It was really kind of focused on this moment that oftentimes forces that are going against justice are very persistent. You have to be persistent, and when you kind of keep pushing, you might find around that mountain point. You're much closer now than you ever had been before that moment. And I think that's kind of that 1969 kind of attitude, where there's still this feeling of.
For the JCCC Messenger, this is Israel Montantes.